Hey high school parents, here's what your student's learning about this week at Connect. Last Sunday, our high school students started a bit of a bizarre series titled Divine Strategies based on the game Mafia. We discussed how we live in a world full of deception. Deception that is both on us as well as caused by us, and ultimately leads to pain and hurt and sin. And if we're going to combat such deception and promote peace, just like in the game of Mafia, we have to be prepared as healers, as watchful sheriffs, and united as townspeople. My hope was to do one character from the game per week, but because of our snow day, we're going to be combining the doctor and the sheriff for this week's lesson. We'll start by discussing the healing hands of the doctor. Now, a doctor has many skills, and we're not talking about the first aid type, but rather more of the bedside manners. When you meet somebody that has been deceived, one of the best things that you can do is offer them compassion and love and a kind heart in the same way that a doctor would. I'll be pointing to the story of the Good Samaritan, in which the Samaritan goes and he takes this person that he finds on the side of the road, who's hurt, who's near death, and he aids him. He bandages up his wounds, yes, but he also takes him in. Scripture tells us that he welcomes him. He gives up his time and his efforts and even his money to help this person, this stranger. Being doctors of the faith means that we can offer the same type of kindness to everyone in our lives. If there is someone in our community that has been deceived, that has been hurt, that is going through sin, we can sit by their side and offer them compassion and love. While a community definitely needs the healing hands of a doctor, it could also benefit from the watchful eyes of the sheriff. But unlike most sheriffs, we won't be carrying everyday weapons, but rather the weapon of discernment. While the idea of discernment is discussed all through the Old and New Testament scriptures, we will be pointing specifically to Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 21. Here, the Hebrew word for discern can be described as to pay attention or to closely consider. And I think that that's a great way to describe what we want the high schoolers to walk away doing. We will be deceived over and over and over again if we don't learn how to utilize the weapon of discernment, to pay attention, to look closely, and to ultimately seek truth. So if we want to be a Christ-like community that combats deception, we have to first be healing, be loving, be compassionate, just like the doctor, but also be watchful, be discerning, and be seeking truth, just like the sheriff. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this video can spark some awesome conversations between you and your student.